The argument is they're illegal and they shouldn't be here anyway. That's the argument. But what if I were to tell you that they are legally here, or recognized as being here, worked for years here, went to school here, attend churches and pay taxes? Yes, taxes. Yet get nothing out in return here. These are the people you are screwing over with your racist, uneducated, unwarranted hate. They have every right to be here, as you do. Let's go, Zane. Asylum seekers, or Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, better known as DACA. They are here. And believe it or not, they are legally here. Regardless of your uneducated opinion on the matter, they are legal here. And with that status, they can work. In fact, they work and contribute to yours and mine Social Security in the tune of $26.2 billion. Not something you want to hear, huh? I know, but it's the truth. Only if you decide to look instead of being told who to hate for no reason at all. Yes, undocumented immigrants, asylum seekers, and DACA, they contribute to the U.S. Social Security system. And here's a swift kick in the nuts for you if you want to hear it. They aren't eligible to receive anything out of it. So they don't get any of the benefits for doing so. How's that for a reality check? They pay into the system, but contrary to what you've been told and hear, they don't take a dime out. Of course, you won't believe me. And of course, you won't go look it up. But bro, it's there in black and white. Facts are facts. There's no debating facts. We can debate opinions, but facts, they're not debatable. Recently, someone tried to debate me on this, and I clearly showed them the facts. He continued to suggest otherwise, so I just walked away. You can't argue facts. That's why I refuse to communicate with MAGA. They fail to see the truth. They fail to see the facts. They just pass off opinions as news. Opinions and conspiracy theories. That's their go-tos. And a bit of Jivas included with no backing from either of the three. No facts. This out of California. Immigrant truck drivers were supposed to get their licenses back, but it's being stalled. Thousands of immigrant truck drivers in California lost their licenses earlier this year as a result of a Trump administration order. Many more drivers will face the same fate soon. Lawsuits are seeking to restore the licenses, but they may take months or even years to resolve. Which leaves these very legally allowed workers from working. Not providing. Stalled, doing nothing. Think about it. Your legal right to work snatched away because you don't look like someone else, or your last name is different, or because your ethnicity is different, your skin color is different. That's the facts. That's exactly what is happening. And you guys, majority of you guys, you truck drivers, couldn't care less because it isn't happening to you. But I want you to imagine. I want you to imagine if it was. Put yourself in someone else's shoes for once and see what they're going through. From this wealthiest country in the world. From this country they came, that they were brought to, or they're seeking asylum to. This is what they're doing to people who are contributing to our system. who pay taxes, yet they don't benefit to the same system that they fund. Facts. Look it up. Your opinions don't mean crap if you don't have the facts. I'm just asking you to look it up. They have every right to be here just as you and I to drive on these roads. Just because they don't look like you, the hell with that. Just because they don't speak like you, the hell with that. The hell with you. That's hate. Drive-by victim on YouTube says, truckers are patriotic, love this country, and respect the office of the president. You're cosplaying as one. Okay. I'm assuming he's saying I'm not a trucker or a real trucker because he perceives me as not being patriotic. So in other words, if you speak out as a trucker against this country and the president, you aren't patriotic? Is that what you're saying, drive-by victim? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You want to know what's not patriotic, drive-by? What's not patriotic is preventing the certification of the election's results. That's not patriotic, homeboy. Give me a break. I call 77 on YouTube. If you love this country, then you should completely be against what Donald Trump is doing to it. Can't argue with that. I call 77. Can't argue with it. The Tiesman on YouTube says, you're so stupid. Thanks, Tiesman. Appreciate that. Cochrane E, YouTube. This is the dumbest I've listened to today. He doesn't set fuel prices. Complain to the oil companies. Trump derangement syndrome at its finest with you. Okay, Cochrane. Let's start here then. You know the cost of fuel isn't determined by the president. I know the cost of fuel isn't determined by the president. But when Biden was in office, every MAGA Republican nut job blamed Biden for fuel prices, right? Come on. Let's be honest. Fuel prices that were way more, by the way, affordable than now, I might add. But let's continue. There were stickers everywhere put on fuel pumps across this country with Let's Go Brandon and Biden's picture pointing at the price of fuel. So is it not good for the gander? It's good for the goose, right? Secondly, the current fuel price, Cochrane, the current fuel price is directly the cause of this unwanted, unwarranted war with Iran. Again, facts. Facts are facts, bro. You don't like them? I know, but it can't be debated. Look it up. It's right there. One more, Zane. Truck guy Rod. Plain and simple. If you don't live here in the U.S. and you're not a citizen of the U.S., you should not be able to drive a commercial vehicle. Don't like it? Oh, well, go cry to mommy and daddy. All right. What if, truck guy Ron, what if they do live here? What if they do have legal right to be here? What if they do have legal right to work here? And what if they put into our economic systems across the board? By the way, these aren't hypotheticals. Facts. Your bigotry, racism, lack of understanding has clouded your brain. You're going along to get along instead of knowing the truth. And by the way, you haven't heard much from farmers lately, have you? Guess those workers they lost actually meant more, huh? And truck drivers, wake the hell up. Same route. Thank you for your comments, nonetheless. Restore these asylum and DACA recipients Restore their CDLs now. You agree? Like, comment, and subscribe below. Help the channel to grow. Hit the notification bell to be reminded of new content added to the channel. I'm Nick Anthony. Cracked, bent, or broken. If you aren't mad, you aren't paying attention.